Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Wild Sonnets Out Loud. My name is Nicholas Korn, and I am the poet of the Wild Sonnets. Every week I select 2 poems from the 6 books of the Wild Sonnets series, and I read them here. The first selection comes from the 2nd book of Wild Sonnets. It's essentially a comparison of what the body thinks it needs, and then an acknowledgement that the mind never seems to know when enough is enough. With that being said, this is Wild Sonnet number 152. So slight a sustenance is all we need to accommodate the warm commotion of the body. A squint of soft bread, a few dimpled berries, and a dram of water. As much of each as the cup and cradle of our 2 hands can hold. A feast into which necessity can fold. But the mind is cavernous in its containment, and feeds upon suggestion mostly. Knows not enough or never, is infinite in appetite, an intestine unending. It will digest the day and night together, but with reasons ravenous and wide, consume itself and not be satisfied. And that was Wild Sonnet number 152 from the Wild Sonnets, Volume 2. The next Wild Sonnet is from the 4th book in the series. It's a poem about how we decide what we do, and then what we see in retrospect when we look back on our decisions and what we've done in life. With that being said, here is Wild Sonnet number 356. What cautions come to wither and withhold in us, to murmur in our reverberate ears what we cannot. Let echoing doubt debate among itself, compound its rhetoric and reasons against what I will do. There is no thinking through, a decision done, no countering to unconvince what I had first set forth and settled since. We will come upon that antiquity within, where each of us will tourist-like among our solitudinous ruins wander, whose pillars beneath the roofless temples rise like ribs. May we then remember how we in ancient days were might and myth, and every weighted stone we moved a monolith. And that was Wild Sonnet 356 from the Wild Sonnets Volume 4. I hope you've enjoyed the 2 Wild Sonnets I've shared in this episode. If you're interested in the books featured here, you'll find a mini bookstore in the text section of this post, and every post on my channel. And for more information on the Wild Sonnets, visit me at wildsonnets.com. I also want to let you know that the new book, The Wild Sonnets Volume 7, is coming next week, and that there will be 2 videos to feature it, so be on the lookout. To conclude, I just want to thank you for watching. I'll be back in a few days, as I just mentioned, to share the Wild Sonnets from the new book. Until then, stay wild and stay well.